guys, welcome back to Get to Know a Nurse here at Pinnacle Healthcare Staffing. I'm Sina, and today we are with Gabby. Thank you so much for coming
Of course,
in.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you. Gabby's actually a senior at Drexel University. Go Dragons.
Go
Um,
Drags.
yes, and she is a nursing major. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your story.
Yeah, so my name is Gabby. I'm a senior at Drexel, as you said. I was on the 4-year track, so that means I had one co-op. I spent my co-op at Lehigh Valley Hospital, which is where I grew up, around Bethlehem, PA, if you know the Steel Stacks. Shout out Billy Joel. He also put us on the map a little bit.
Yes.
Came to Drexel. Can't believe it's already been 4 years. Planning to move back to the Lehigh Valley. Upon graduation, I am co-president of the Drexel University Student Nurses Association. I am part of the Middle Eastern North African Club. I have 2 work studies at Drexel under the Associate Dean of Research, and as a phlebotomist for our Well Center, our response center.
You're just doing everything.
I think
Seems
so.
like you're doing everything.
I think so. Feels like I'm doing everything,
Yeah,
but it's paying off, and I
for
think that's
sure.
the important part.
Yeah. It's all about experience and how you're growing
Exactly.
as a person, for
Exactly. And
sure.
it's all about connections too. Like who
Yes.
you meet along the way.
Perfect. Yeah.
For sure.
So going back into you being a nursing major, why did you choose nursing?
There's a number of reasons I chose nursing. Initially, it was because nothing else interested me. I've always been like my friends growing up, they would always come to me when they didn't feel well or they had some sort of ailment. And I loved that.
Yeah.
And I loved being the person that like put band-aids on people.
Taking care of people.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom actually when I was a kid, I would put band-aids on everything. Like not even cuts, not even bruises, just on skin, band-aids everywhere. And my mom actually stopped buying band-aids because of it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, nothing else interested me, and I love the idea that you can go into any path that you want.
Yeah.
And you can switch to any path. So you can be a school nurse, you can be a nurse anesthetist, you can be an operating room nurse. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
You
It's
can never get
amazing.
bored.
Yeah. And so going back to being at Drexel and that opportunity, like how was it um growing and the experiences that you've had, like with Dusina and like
Mhm.
all these clubs that you've been a part of, like what impact have you made?
I like to think I made a pretty good impact. I have been a part of a lot of things. I've done a lot with DUSNA. I helped initiate what we just started this year, which is the Period Equity and Equality Project. It actually started in Westfall, and we picked up on it and brought it to the Health Science Building for the College of Nursing and Health Professions. So we just put out free sanitary products, and it's been pretty cool because they actually run out pretty quickly, so
Yeah.
you know it's needed.
Yeah. And not
And
talked about enough.
exactly, for
Right.
sure. And to be able to provide that for people and take those initiatives, it feels really good.
Yeah.
That's just one of the things. DUSNA has given me the opportunity to do a lot of other things.
I feel like you've been proactive. I've seen you do like pretty much
Yeah,
everything. You're
thank
in
you.
every single
Thank
aspect.
you. I
Yeah.
just try to stay busy.
Yeah.
I think life's too short to just sit on your couch and watch TV.
For sure.
And Drexel has a lot of opportunity, and I wanted to take advantage of all those opportunities.
Yeah, and you really did.
Thanks.
And I'm really proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're still gonna talk about nursing because
Sure.
that's what we do. What specialty is attractive to you for your future?
I'm super interested in critical care. So
Lovely.
I'm currently at Temple University Hospital for my critical care. I'm on their surgical/trauma ICU, and I am seeing things that I probably will never see ever again. And every clinical I leave there in awe
Wow.
and feeling as though even as a nursing student I made a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
And I think to be a critical care nurse, you're always leaving an impact. I mean, every nurse leaves an impact. The profession itself is impactful, but I really see myself in critical care, and I really think I can make the most impact there.
Yeah. Oh my God, beautifully said. Wow. So, as a nursing student, what is your personal thought process when it comes to choosing a specialty? Specifically, like you were talking about how there's so much room for opportunity within nursing. And so, yeah, where did that, what's your thought process on it?
I think my thought process is that I'm going to follow my heart. and what interests me the most. And I know because nursing is so flexible that if I put my time in and I truly dislike it, I can enter into any different specialty after that.
Yeah.
Especially when you start in the ICU, it's very easy to go other places. So that's my thought process. Start from the top, and if I need to, I'll find other avenues.
Yeah. What's working really well in your life right now?
I am very blessed in the sense that a lot of things are working well in my life right now, but I think my ability to mentally overcome just about anything.
Yeah.
Because I think nursing is very hard and life is very hard, college is very difficult. But if you can train your mind that this is only a season, or this is only an hour, or this is only a shift, you can get through anything. There's a rule, it's called the 40% rule. And it's when you think you're at your physical and mental capacity, you're truly only at about 40%.
Right.
So when I'm down bad, I repeat over and over in my head 40%, 40%, 40%.
Wow.
And I can like feel the percentages going up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, 50%, 60%, 70%. And once you do that a certain amount of times, you truly feel unstoppable.
A great way to put it. And I feel like that's such a good way to think about anything. Realistically, I mean, college is still so hard. No one really talks about how difficult the process is to just keep going. So I feel like
Yes.
that would be a great way, something I definitely will pick up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next question is, what would you do if you weren't afraid? This could be in any scenario in life, with
What would I
school,
do if I wasn't
another
afraid?
career. Yeah, everything.
I wouldn't speed run up the basement steps when I turn the light off.
Right, right. That's,
I'm truly not afraid of much.
yeah,
My mother raised me in a very bold way, in the sense that fear is also a mindset,
yeah.
and you can relate it back to your 40%. But if I truly had no fear whatsoever, I've been skydiving.
You have? How was
Yeah, that
it?
was amazing.
Oh, what a great
Um,
experience.
yeah, it was cool. I don't see fear in that sense. I think for me, fear comes from like, how are things going to work out?
Right.
I think I've faced some fear with approaching the end of my college experience
Yeah,
and just where I'll be and where I'll end up in a year. But I think everything works out in the end, just how it's supposed to.
exactly.
And I think that puts a nice little mute button on fear.
Yeah.
Just
So
trusting that.
let's just put mute on fear for
Yeah,
sure.
mute fear,
Yes.
no fear.
No takeaway from this. Going based off what you said, nursing as a profession is so hard. They are true, like nurses are truly the backbone of healthcare. And what's not talked about enough, I think, is how difficult nursing school really is. I mean,
Mm,
Drexel is an accelerated program, so we're 2 times the speed as a normal college. So, going back on that, the journey, obviously, I love your mindset and the way you're approaching everything, but definitely there was difficulties along the way.
for sure.
And I just wanted to know, like, how did you take care of yourself, your mental health through it all?
It's definitely important to take care of your mental health because, like you
Yes.
said, Drexel is hard and life is hard. And I think finding time for yourself, as cliche as that answer is, that's where the mental sanity lies. Because as a Drexel student, and I'm sure any Drexel student can relate, I could be doing work 24/7. There's always something to do. I mean, granted, there's certain times where, like the very beginning of the quarter, the very end of the quarter, where that's not the case. But in the thick of it, there's always something to do. But you wake up, you write down what you're going to do for the day, you get that workout in because that's what fuels you for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You fuel your body with good food. Those little things that really like ignite yourself is what allows you to get through those mentally tough times.
Exactly.
And I'm a firm believer in that. So I work out every day. I make time to just sit on my phone and be a 21-year-old. I make time to go out and have fun, to see things, to experience things. I make time for trips. You have to.
Yeah.
Work life balance.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's all about the work life
of
balance.
course.
You need to take care of yourself and
Yeah.
obviously school
Yeah.
and your future career. That's definitely a good way to look at it. Um, so going based off that, Tell me about a time where you had to adapt to change.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's always happening.
Yeah, because nursing is changing every day.
Yeah.
New evidence every day, new evidence-based practice every day. You're taking new practices into your work life, into your student life. Something changes every day.
Yeah.
And it goes back to mindset. Like, how can I be dynamic and how can I be able to pivot and take what I just learned and throw it out the window and learn something completely different?
Yeah.
I guarantee you half the stuff I learned in nursing school is going to be different in a few years.
Exactly.
And
Because healthcare is always evolving.
always. And that's the great thing of healthcare.
Yeah.
And I think that's what attracted to me. Sorry, excuse me. I think that's what attracted me to healthcare.
Yeah.
Because I love school and I love learning. I know that I'm constantly going to be learning every day, every shift. Yeah.
You learn countless of lessons almost every single day, going into nursing, doing the clinicals, labs, everything that you're doing. What has become more clear to you as you've gotten older? This could be literally as simple as like
Anything?
your everyday life. Yeah.
Yeah.
That as well.
As I've gotten older, it's become more clear that everything works out the way it's supposed to. I actually wasn't even gonna. Drexel wasn't on my
It
list.
wasn't.
No.
Oh, wow.
I applied to. I don't even know why I applied to Drexel. I truly could not tell you.
Yeah.
I mentally committed to. I got into the University of Miami for pre-med, like health sciences. Yeah, and mentally committed to U Miami
Yeah.
until they told me that they weren't giving me a single ounce of financial aid. And I was like, well, I can't do that. So I committed to the University of Tennessee.
Oh, you
Yeah,
committed.
to the University of
Oh,
Tennessee, like put my
wow.
deposit down and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 weeks go by. Drexel is consistently emailing me, it's not too late, it's not too late,
Yeah.
it's not too late. I'm like, okay, the universe is trying to tell me something here. Like,
Yes.
I called Drexel and I'm like, hey, I put my deposit down, but it's 2 weeks late. And the lady on the phone was like, yeah, that late portal should have closed. Like, you're really late, but if your deposit went through, we can take you. And she puts me on hold. It's the longest 10 minutes of my life. And she goes, yeah, your deposit went through. Welcome to Drexel. And that's how I ended up at Drexel.
Wow.
And I would not change it for the entire world. And I would have mental breakdowns of where to go to college because I was a COVID year too. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't have the chance to tour anything. Actually, Tennessee and Miami were the only places I toured. So you could say that's why I committed there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got a feel of where the environment looks like.
Exactly, yeah. So I would have mental breakdowns and like cry on my living room floor because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? How do I know if this is the place I'm supposed to be? And I look back and I'm like, wow, everything really does happen for a reason and your path is already written and
You just have to keep going.
you just have to keep taking those steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're already on a path and it's already laid out in front of you.
Everything is meant the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
And going into that, talking about the future, if the next 5 years of your life were to be a chapter, what would it be about?
Ooh, I'm really excited for the next 5 years. I'm really excited to be a nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I think it's been 4 years of rigorous learning and
Yeah.
clinical experience, and I'm ready to get out there and be my own nurse. So definitely chapter 1 would be being a nurse. Chapter 2 would be adjusting to being an adult.
Yes.
And managing my own finances completely by myself. Not being in college and just
evolving.
yeah. Chapter 3 would probably be expanding my education. I definitely want to go back to school in a
You
few
do?
years. I
Okay,
do,
perfect.
100%. Chapter 4 might be possible, engagement, wedding,
Yeah. Hopefully let's get a rock on it.
hopefully. We'll see. Chapter 5 would probably be just overall finding happiness
Yeah.
and finding purpose in life.
Yeah.
And I think a profession in nursing allows you to do that. And overall, I'm just really excited for this and for these next few chapters.
I'm so excited to see how far you go, honestly.
Thank you. I'm excited to see how far you go.
Oh, thank you so
You're welcome.
much.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so again, diving into the fact that you are a senior, you're literally saying goodbye to Drexel so
Uh,
soon. Yeah, we're gonna miss you so much. But what advice would you give to a
hmm.
student coming into nursing, or just like they're hesitant about the field and are like, what should I do with my life? Is this even a right path for me? Yeah,
I don't think you can make a mistake in choosing nursing as a career because, say, you get through your 4 years or your 11 months if you do an ACE program,
right.
because Drexel has the shortest accelerated nursing program in the United States and one of the best because I'm biased.
Yes, I
Um,
will be too.
yeah, but once you get through that, opportunities are endless. You could completely hate your 4 years or your 11 months and say, I never want to work bedside ever. You can be an aesthetic nurse. You can be a school nurse. You can chalk nursing up in its entirety and you can get into business with
Yeah,
your nursing degree.
exactly.
Um, so, my advice would be do nursing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, for nursing students who do love the field, I wish someone told me this sooner. One of my professors, Professor Ward, she told me to just let it happen because I'm a very type A type of person. If I want something, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
And I explained a scenario I was in, and she looked at me and she said, just let it happen. Just what's going to come is going to come, and where you're supposed to end up is where you will end up. So be dynamic and be ready to adapt and be ready to change and embrace it
Yeah.
because it's a great career and it's a great undergrad and you're going to make a difference. And to me, there's nothing better than that.
Beautifully said. So beautiful. Yeah, I think nursing students definitely need to see the highlights of too. Obviously, like there's so many things that could go wrong, but at the end of the day, why not go through it and see how far you can really go?
Yeah.
It's like pushing you against all odds. So
And
yeah.
I think if you can do nursing, you can do anything.
Yeah,
Truly. I really
honestly
do.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, again, the backbone of healthcare. Yeah, to tie everything up, our last question is, what makes a great life to you?
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's a deep
it
question.
is one of our favorites.
What makes a great life? I think wealth makes a great life, but not in the money sense. I think wealth means being rich in health, being
Yes.
rich in love.
Wealth is health.
Yes, wealth is health and love, relationships. Yeah, I think that's what makes a great life because at the end of the day, nursing is going to give me a great life, but it's when I go home at the end of the day and the relationships I'm going home to and
Who you're surrounded by.
exactly who
Yeah.
you surround yourself with, who you're surrounded by, and your health because in healthcare, you are humbled by what you see
Yeah.
and you become very thankful for even the ability to wake up and breathe and walk and open your eyes.
Truly a blessing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a matter of health, wealth, and love. I
Yeah.
think that's what makes a great life.
Such a great way to end this. Oh my goodness. I had the best time with you.
Thanks.
Thank
I
you
had so
so
much
much.
fun.
Yes, thank you so much for enlightening us
Yeah.
into the nursing journey, nursing school, and everything in between.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Mm.
Thank you guys so much for watching this podcast, episode 15. Um, be sure to tune in next week for Get to Know a Nurse Monday. I'm so excited to see how far you go, and
Thank you.
congratulations for almost graduating.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.